Hello, my name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium where I react to video game music. As a musician myself, today is the finale of Project Wingman after many reactions and videos in this series. This is requested by Daniel and also Spinrift and Elliot. This is the most requested and most awaited song in the entire soundtrack. This is Kings plus Coronation. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 in a way. From what I'm told, this is the finale, the final mission. So everything has led up to this point, and then Coronation, I guess, is like kind of the aftermath or maybe credits. I'm not exactly sure. This, of course, is by Jose Pavli, who is a very talented individual, mixing kind of classical music and modern sounds, and it's just a really cool time. I've heard pretty much everything. I've heard the ambient stuff, the orchestral stuff, the really intense pieces. I really like Showdown, King's Court, and I think it was Peacekeeper 2. I've heard pretty much all of them. So this is the conclusion. This is the most requested by far. 2.5 million hits. It's also the longest, 7 minutes long. So thank you all Project Wingman fans. I want to, give a thanks because you all kind of stuck around, and I'm very anxious. And one more thing before I get started, sorry for the long talk, is I'm going to be honest still regardless. So this is a very unique case where I've heard a lot of songs from one game. So the pressure is really high because of what everybody says about this song. So I'm going to probably just not even talk at all and just kind of take it in, because this is about over a year of anticipation. No big deal. So that being said, Kings followed by Coronation from Project Wingman, final mission. Let's go. Else. Cool rhythm. It's a lot of strings. Harmony. Mm. That's good. That's good. Oh, it's still going. Layering on itself. So many percussion sounds and the way I can describe it, it sounds like we're entering like the belly of the beast. You can tell a lot of time went into this one, making it. There's so many little sounds everywhere. Nice. Sure, but that could be the first time I hear like a vocal of any kind. Maybe? This is super emotional. Go straight into Coronation right now. Whoa. Way different. Oh, it's a short one. Oh, man. Oh, that hits. That is hard. You can feel that vibrating, like, throughout your chest. resolution. This is beautiful. I'm not sure how to feel though. It's like, doesn't sound so much of a happy ending. Damn. Thus concludes the journey with Project Wingman. Wow. I got a lot to say. It's a very unique situation in my life. You know, you don't really do these kind of things every day. I listen to songs every day and check out new stuff and new games, new composers, but it's very rare that you check out basically an entire soundtrack from start to finish. And you started that soundtrack like kind of in the middle randomly, and you had this first impression of it, and then as the songs go on, you kind of don't get it, and then it starts making a comeback. So I've had a lot of experience with this game, both ups and downs. Never bashing it or anything, you know, because it's an art, it's what it is. But this game is absolutely a part of a fandom that loves their games, their communities, and you know, it's one of those things where I feel like people that play these games and talk to each other, they've become like very good friends and talk all the time. They'll probably invite each other to each other's weddings, type of thing. It's one of those. I mean, because how many games are there that are in this kind of, you know, aviation type thing? There's a big community out there for them, and there's not that many games for them. So it's really nice. It's a really beautiful thing if you think about it, because we're all these games I do have their own individual communities. Yes, you can watch my videos and just be like, oh, video game music and whatever, but if you think about it, each game has their own worlds inside of them. You know, like these Persona fans are over here, these Final Fantasy fans are over here, these Nintendo fans are over here. So it's kind of all over the place. And one of the first communities that I met was Ace Combat, and then from there came the subgenre, and here we are with Project Wingman. So it makes you think quite a bit, like how much more impactful these soundtracks are. And the reason I'm bringing this up is for a very specific reason. Now, I said I was going to be honest at the beginning, and I always have been, but this gave me the same feeling. This song, let's talk about Kings first. Kings gave me the same feeling that I got a while ago when I think it was called Mass Effect. I forgot which one, but it was just a cool song, and I was just kind of floating through the air with it, just kind of, okay, this is nice. And then, you know, everyone in the comments were like, oh, this is like the final mission, like you have to kind of play the game to understand it. And since then, I've had a handful of stuff like that, and if you haven't noticed, I have no context when I hear these. It's just pretty much entirely blind. So I kind of got that feeling again but this time, the only way I can explain it is I've learned a lot since then, where I will admit that I still kind of don't think it's like my favorite song of the OST. There's a very good reason why that is. For many people, I could totally see this as being the favorite because they played the game, right? And so this time this time I knew it was the finale. So I went into that with that mentality and kind of put myself, no pun intended, in the pilot seat. Put myself right there. And just imagined, putting myself through hours of this game, learning their characters, the story, all that. And I just kind of like emulated it as the best I could in my head to then feel this song. I think this song kind of crosses a line between hearing it and feeling it. And this may not make sense to a lot of people, but this is just the way my brain is wired, I guess. But when I think of songs like this, I feel this and it touches. I hear it and I know what's going on musically, but from an outside standpoint, musically, it's just kind of there. I know it sounds taboo, but I think anyone who's played this game and is hearing me talk right now will completely understand with what I'm saying. That it is not a bad song whatsoever. It's just context 100% required by far. It is not a catchy tune by any means. It's not it's all emotion poured into it. So it's all these hours and things that you've just collected throughout this journey and then just put into this ending. So it has a ominous feel. It feels dark. And to me, I don't even know if this was like a happy ending. It sounded kind of like a at what cost type of ending, especially with Coronation, which I'll talk about in a second. But for Kings, definitely context. It is a beautiful song, right? There's no denying that. Actually, every song in this game is beautiful in its own way. It's very well constructed, and you can tell Jose spent a lot of time writing this soundtrack. You can hear the passion of a composer, and it pretty much bleeds all over this one. So as I said before, to me this sounded like, the only thing I could explain it as like entering the mouth or the belly of this whatever it is. I don't know if this is a final boss per se, or if it's just a final mission, or both. So I don't know if there's like this one thing you're taking on, or just like this one last overall mission, I guess. But it sounded like you're going towards like someone or something. I believe the first time I heard vocals / choir, I could be wrong, but it's also been a while since I've heard the last Project Wingman. So obviously they kind of went all out, is what I'm saying. Like every little thing that's been sprinkled throughout Project Wingman, that is kind of in Kings. I heard there were some really nice violin melodies that I really enjoyed that were new to me. There was a hint of motifs everywhere, but there was also new stuff. And another thing is that it didn't really feel like its length. It's 7 minutes, which is pretty long. And it didn't feel that way. The song just kind of ended and I'm like, oh. And it's actually kind of funny because as I'm filming this, the word king and coronation are kind of relevant to something that happened this week. But speaking of coronation, right, the crowning of a king. This is a really beautiful song, actually. And again, I'm not sure if this is like credits or just maybe post last mission or something like that. But it's definitely near like the end, very end. Which is kind of like, it sounds like a cliffhanger, right? Coronation sounds like the beginning of something. And it's ending here. So I don't know if they're intending like a sequel or something, but I thought that's kind of has like this sort of, the title has a bit of a cliffhanger title. I wrote happy ending in question mark because between Kings and Coronation, I'm not sure if I got that sort of happy resolve. I feel like we've lost many on the way, maybe ourselves, maybe something, it didn't seem so happy conclusion, I guess. Just felt like it's over. That's the only way it felt. It's over. The thing has been done. Beautiful cellos, very emotional. Coronation didn't sound like anything else in the soundtrack. It sounded like its own thing. But I will say that for sure the pressure was high on this one just because it's such a unique situation. I'm never going to have that again in my life where I get to hear, well, maybe, unless someone sends me another soundtrack, but the odds of that happening again are slim. And it just made me think, like, this is really important to people. Not just getting whatever my opinion is, because I'm just a stranger on the internet. It's just kind of you remembering your memories with this game and you remembering how cool of a game it is and why you think VGM is important in the first place. So in that regard, Kings does a perfect job at that. You know, even though I am a outsider looking into a bubble or hearing into a bubble, you know, I can really sympathize and try to put myself there, I guess. And it's a really hauntingly beautiful piece that indeed actually does like a finale, which is hard to do. You know, I'm trying to put myself in that position. Like, how would I write something that's like a finale? I've never had to do that before. How do you start? So there's a lot to be said, but I think overall this is just definitely a passion project through and through. The community is in love with the song, and this is why, right? Your favorite will be different from mine because, you know, where I gravitate towards melodies and, you know, stuff like that. For example, like my favorite is, I think it's Showdown or King's Court, and you can see the difference why. Like just those two songs, or even Peacekeeper 2, like those have a kind of a oomph to them, where this is like, wow, man, like it's really happening. It's you know, like I could see like fighting through tears here or something. So it's a different type of love. It's a different type of musical connection. This channel isn't about just like bangers and stuff that'll make you move your head, which is cool. I like that. And that is why I stuck around with this. Knowing me, you know, I don't really do stuff just because it was like paid for or sent to me. You know, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. But something told me to just kind of like keep trying, because this is a unique situation. You know, there's not a lot of scenarios like this. I'm rambling, but it's true. You know, this is over a year of project that has unfolded, and it's pretty bizarre. Met some really cool people, and I know Jose has been working on something else, I believe. I saw him post something on Twitter about a new game or something, so that's awesome. He deserves it. And I can finally now watch the behind-the-scenes stuff that everyone has told me to watch since the beginning. And I'll watch it. I have no idea. I'm not going to upload it here to YouTube. Maybe I'll do like a Twitch stream or something and just leave it as a VOD. But I do plan on watching that sometime soon. I can finally see how something else rather than this blue picture that's been there for a year. I haven't seen anything of this game. But alas, that is Project Wingman. Kings and Coronation. Kind of bittersweet, you know. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just a name that I kept seeing over and over. Project Wingman. Project Wingman. I went from never hearing about it to it's like one of the more memorable names on the channel. It's funny how that works. But overall, I really wanted to like thank the community for watching these, and you understand that the song is much more than just a song. It is a timepiece, a memory, and you know, it's the finale of something you really enjoy. So in that way, I can enjoy it myself. I can feel the love through the screen, I guess. Not towards me, but to the song. And Jose. So, and a big shout out to Jose, seriously. Like, he's commented on my videos, he's cool, and you know, it's also awesome. it's a really cool thing. But that is it. So a big thank you to Daniel for basically sending me the whole soundtrack. Daniel is the real MVP here. Thank you to Susasha for showing me Project Wingman for the first time. And thank you to Spinrift and Elliot for requesting this one, and like 1,000 other people in the comments. It's a big deal. The pressure was high, but that's it. That's Project Wingman. Whew. Man, I was nervous for that one, but congratulations to Jose Pavlo. You did an amazing job, and I hope you continue to get more gigs. And let me know if you need a guitarist. I kid. Thank you, Project Wingman fans. A big thank you to my Patreon members as well that you see on the screen, and to my Platinum members that get priority in my requests, which are Kevin, Patrick, Terry, Vanadel, Callanan, Gardlane, Pepita, Justin, Knox, and Triage 101. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, pilots. I don't know if I call you guys pilots. Whatever you guys want to be called. Have a good one, and VGM rules. Take it easy.